Assalamualaikum and good morning. We are from Group 3. The members in this group are Sai, Chan, Young, Yap, and me, Darwish. In this video, we are presenting our research which is titled The Essential Clothing for Sun Protection. To explain about our research, let's begin first dive into the background of our topic. So, Tanjung Malim has a tropical climate with abundant sunshine throughout the year. Due to this, residents are exposed to high level of ultraviolet radiation, which can cause residents to experience a range of health issues, primarily including sunburn, skin cancer, skin aging, skin burns, pigmentation, and high temperatures if being exposed too much. Therefore, effectively protecting oneself from sun exposure while avoiding heat stroke is a significant concern for the people of Tanjung Malim. With increasing awareness of health and skin protection, there is a growing demand for sun protective clothing. And that's where our role comes in. In this project, we are investigating about the sun protection clothing for the residents in Tanjung Malim. In our overall project, we first approached on researching about quality assets that is present in a sun protection clothing by utilizing research methods to obtain precise quantitative research design. After obtaining the data, we then continue to create several designs that are fitting to the data we collected. And once they are finished, we then proceed the next step in pursuing participants to obtain their feedback and assist us in choosing best design for our sun protection clothing. Now let's explain more about the research method. For this research, we decided to utilize quantitative research method for designing sun protection clothing. This method involves gathering information through sample analysis and online surveys, enabling us to obtain precise quantitative insights into different facets of our research. After we finish our analysis and our early designs, we then employ a mixed method approach by integrating both quantitative and qualitative research methods to achieve a comprehensive understanding of our research objectives. We do this by inviting respondents to participate in our survey via Google Forms to assist us in selecting the most suitable design. The quantitative component asks respondents to provide numerical answers to the questions, enabling us to conduct statistical analysis. We also implemented open-minded questions for their feedback as well. By combining both qualitative and quantitative data, we can obtain a more nuanced understanding of the topic, thereby enhancing the validity and the reliability of our research aimed at designing sun protection clothing. To explain on who are we targeting this towards, let's explain the sampling method of our research. In our first phase, we have used stratified random sampling to ensure a diverse and representative sample of participants with experience wearing sun protection clothing, capable of providing valuable insights into design preferences and usability considerations. And then, in the second phase, we apply the stratified random sampling method to ensure a diverse and representative sample of participants from Tanjung Malim who have worn sun protection clothing previously to provide their valuable insights into the design preferences and the usability. By doing this, we are able to get the most valuable information into coming up our final design for our project. That is all for me. I will now pass it to Chan Kamun to explain to the viewer more about the user perception and the user feedback. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Chan Kamun. I would like to present about user perception service for report 1 and user feedback for report 2. We have developed two different service questions for report 1 and report 2 to design sun protection clothing. We conduct our service using online Google Form. For introduction of questionnaire report 1, we give a clear introduction to our respondent. We introduce ourselves as a student from UPSI and share some information about the course. We also thank the participants for taking the time to complete the service. Besides that, we also add an isolation part. This part can help us separate people who have used sun protecting clothing before or not. The question in the part is simple. It's just ask, did you used to wear sun protection clothing? And they can answer with a yes or no. If someone say yes, they continue with the service. If they say not, they will end the service. After the isolation session, we have 10 questions for Part A, which is about the function of sun protection clothing, and 6 questions for Part B, which is about the design of sun protection clothing. We have used the linker skill for these two parts, so the respondent can rate their agreement from 1 to 5. This can help us understand what the people think about different aspects of sun protection clothing. After that, for questionnaire report 2, we also give a quick introduction to our participant, which has answered the questionnaire in report 1 before. We introduce ourselves as students from UPSI and share some detail about our course of study. For isolation part, same goes to report 1. The question is straightforward. It asks whether the person has used sun protection clothing before, with the option to answer yes or no. For the service question, the questionnaire presents 3 different sun protection clothing designs and asks for feedback based on the respondent selection. The first quantitative question is, which design do you prefer the most based on your thought? The second qualitative question is, why did you choose the design? And optional question, from the design that you choose, do you have any feedback on our design? In conclusion, these 2 questionnaires gather preferring on the sun protection clothing design and help in finalizing our design. When we're doing report for design sun protection clothing, several key insights can begin. The first one is understanding market need. Research the target market help identify specific need and preference related to sun protection clothing, ensuring that the clothing meet consumer need. Besides that, by analysis, respondent feedback can inform future improvement, ensuring that the clothing continue to meet evolving need and preference. By incorporating this insight into the design and development process, we can learn how to create effective, marketable sun protection clothing that meet consumer needs and regulatory standards. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is YEONG. I represent the data analysis for our sun protection clothing. After gathering enough survey responses, we analyzed the data for our sun protection clothing. Over the past 2 weeks, we collected 64 responses, which is more than the 30 responses we need. We use percentage scaling and means analysis to interpret the data. Percentage scaling shows the distribution of responses query, which means analysis help us understand the respondents' views. This method gives us valuable insight for making better decisions in the next phase of the project. We use Google Form to collect the data, and based on our Google Form data, 46.9% of respondents, which is 30 out of 64 respondents, have used sun protection clothing before, while 53.1% or 34 out of 64 respondents have not used it. To ensure valid result, we exclude the 34 respondents who never used sun protection clothing. This helps us finalize the design sketch based on the experience of those familiar with the sun protection clothing. Next, we want to show the mean score categorized into 5 criteria in our project. The very lowest categories range from 0 to 1.5. Score from 1.51 to 2.5 fall into the lowest categories. Score from 2.51 to 3.5 are classified as moderate. Score from 3.51 to 4.5 are high, and score from 4.51 to 5 are very high. From the data table, participants provide insight into various aspects of sun protection clothing, revealing both positive perception and areas for improvement. First, the average score for requirement satisfaction was 3.3, indicating moderate level of agreement. Participants expressed high level of agreement on the stuffiness of the clothing with an average score of 4.03. However, heat dissipation received a low level of agreement score of 2.3. The feeling of restriction scored 3.7, showing high level of agreement, while the fiber feeling suffocating had a low level of agreement score of 1.83. Wind chill protections received a moderate level of agreement score of 3.37. Comfort was raised high level of agreement with an average score of 3.8, and breathability also receives high level of agreement with a score of 3.5. Lightweight nature of the clothing was highly priced, scoring 4.53, indicating very high level of agreement. Conversely, drying difficulty after getting wet scored 2.1, showing low level of agreement. In the next data we collect, analysis of participant response on sun protection clothing prefers reverse key insight. There is a strong preference for loose-fitting clothing for comfort, scoring 3.77 on average. Opinion change on the impact of long sleeve option on movement, averaging 3.5. Aesthetics are crucial, scoring 3.73, showing a preference for style over functionality. Participants strongly support a wider variety of color and design, scoring 4.53 on average. Particle consideration also matter, with a high preference for more pockets, scoring 4.27 on average, and easy to pack garments, scoring 4.47 on average. In summary, we assume that many people prefer loose fitting sun protection clothing as it feel more comfortable to wear. However, long sleeve options are seen as restrictive. And then there a strong preference for sun protection clothing with ample pocket. More importantly, sun protection clothing should be easier to pack and travel with while maintaining a sleek and professional appearance.
Good day everyone, my name is Sai. For my part, I will be presenting our finding on sun protective clothing for the citizen of Tanjung Malim. I will start by discussing the issue identified in our initial survey, then move on to the 3 design options we have designed, and finally, I will review the result of our follow-up survey to determine the best design. Based on the survey from report 1, we identified existing issues and released 3 different designs for sun protective clothing for the citizen of Tanjung Malim. Following this, we conducted another survey to determine which design was the best. From our survey, we calculate the total number of respondents to determine the size and accuracy of our sampling data. We received responses from 24 different individuals. To ensure reliability, we could focus on 15 respondents who had experience with sun protection clothing. We also used 2 forms of analysis to draw conclusion from this data. So, for the first part I'm going to talk about is percentage scale. Based on the segregation section of our questionnaire, we found that 62.5% of our respondents, which is 15 out of 24 respondents, have used sun protection clothing before. And the remaining 37.5% respondents, which is 9 out of 24 respondents, have never used such clothing. To ensure the reliability and relevance of our survey, we decided to focus only on those who have experience with sun protection clothing. Therefore, we omitted the 9 respondents who have never used it. This adjustment leaves us with a final sample size of 15 respondents, whose opinions we will be analyzing in details. So, for the second part, I'm going to talk well as the user opinions. Based on the redesign choices, the majority of the respondents prefer design 1, with 73.3%, 11 out of 15 respondents selecting this design, which is quite high. Meanwhile, design 2 was chosen by 20%, 3 out of 15 respondents. And design 3 was only selected by 6.7%, which is 1 out of 15 respondents. Therefore, we will proceed with design 1 as the final design for our sun protection credit. And I would like to conclude our data, which is we already conduct a questionnaire with 24 respondents to finalize our project design. Out of 3 design ideas, design 1 emerged as the most preferred, receiving 73.3% of the votes, while design 2 and design 3 only receiving 20% and 6.7% respectively. And respondents highlighted terms like fashionable, unique, and excellent color coordination when explaining their choice, indicating a positive perception of the new design. The final feedback question gathered many positive responses, but also includes some constructive critique. This insight will help us refine and improve the final design. I guess that's it on my part. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Jai. For my part, I will present the final design of our sun protective clothing. I will explain how we utilize the feedback from our survey to finalize a design that is both aesthetically pleasing and practical. In the first survey, we collect extensive feedback where respondents generally express their needs and expectations for sun protective clothing. Most respondents hope the clothing will provide effective sun protection while also being breathable, comfortable, and portable. The importance of the appearance was also frequently mentioned. Based on the feedback from the second survey, our new sun protective clothing design received high praise in several areas. Most respondents indicated that the color and overall appearance of the design were very attractive. Additionally, the design followed the latest fashion trends, which was appreciated by the respondent. Now, I will explain our final design of the sun protective clothing in detail. Our sun protective clothing uses ice silk material, which is not only comfortable and cool, but also offers excellent sun protection, moisture wicking, and quick drying features. We choose blue for the color of our sun protective clothing because it gives a cool feeling. Compared to dark colored clothes, blue color can reflect more heat in the sunlight, helping the wearer stay cool and comfortable in hot weather. Next, the sleeves are designed to be semi-transparent and detachable. Detachable sleeves provide more flexibility and can meet different situational needs. When the sun is strong, the sleeve can be worn for full sun protection. On the other hand, indoor or in cooler environments, the sleeve can be easily removed for better breathability and comfort. Next, we have also added 2 large pockets in the design, making it convenient for users to carry various items. Additionally, the sun protective clothing is designed to be lightweight, ensuring that the wearer does not feel burdened even after wearing it for a long time. The clothing can be conveniently packed into luggage, taking up minimal space, making it perfect for travel and outdoor activities. The zipper design makes the clothing easy to put on and take off, adding to the flexibility of its use. The hood design is retractable. Just pull the yellow drawstring to easily tuck the hood away. Through these 2 surveys, we have designed a sun protective clothing item that is both fashionable and practical, using efficient sun protective materials and user-friendly design detail. We hope this clothing will provide a more comfortable wearing experience for the residents of Tanjung Malim, protecting them from UV rays while also meeting their fashion needs. Thank you all for listening, and special thanks to all the survey respondents. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.